So have you guys felt that lump in your throat yet? All right, wait. So have you so have you guys felt the lump in the throat? That's a feeling of as almost if you were choking or you feel this lump right in your Adam's apple or even under it, just in your throat in general. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we'll be discussing, and we'll be discussing my experience. Enjoy the video. So before we start the video, thank you guys for everybody who has been subscribing to my channel, showing lots of love. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get right into the video. So unfortunately, I started suffering from this feeling of having this lump in my throat for about 2 weeks now. It started right before Christmas. You know, something always hits me right before like a holiday, man. It's crazy. I think I'm like cursed or something. But let me not speak that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Anyways, I started having this feeling of having this lump in my throat. And to be honest, it got really concerning because it almost feels like, sometimes feels like you're choking. Sometimes feels like you just have that lump there. And it's just it's the discomfort that it creates is so bad. I've looked online and it looks like the name for it is Globus or something along those lines. Globus. Anyways, that in itself, I was like, what else, what else is coming my way? The reason I wanted to make this video is just to give you right now, so far, my experience and what's going on. And I guess what I have planned to try to solve this. By the way, if you guys have any thing that has helped you with this feeling of feeling that lump in your throat or something like something is stuck, put it down in the comment section. I'd love to hear, hopefully you guys have something that helps you guys manage it in any way, because I would love to hear some answers or something that you think could possibly work for me or anybody else suffering from this. So again, as mentioned, I started suffering from this, or at least the symptoms at the beginning, right before Christmas. And I actually was planning on going on a trip, and I didn't go out of the country because my health anxiety just wouldn't let me. That feeling, I'm already feeling messed up at home. Imagine if I travel, it's going to be even worse, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to get checked and see what's up. So I made an appointment with an ENT, and I actually got that checked yesterday. Now, last year, to catch you guys up on things, I remember that the ENT or the doctor, I'm assuming the ENT doctor, found like a little cyst on the top of my throat, like the left side. But it was very small, nothing crazy to be concerned about. He said that it wasn't anything dangerous. So last year I didn't really get that checked. So this year I was like, what if that's causing me, the lump in my throat? I went yesterday and they did another. They went down and did another test to see if I had, if that little, cyst had grown. But from what he saw, it was still small. It was nothing to be concerned about. And I asked him, should I be concerned or not? But this time around, again, they recommended for me to get a CT scan with dye. The only thing, though, I have problems with dye because when they inject the dye and all the problems that I've had in my chest and all the trauma, it causes my heart to race. And I've even been told by people that don't have any issues in that area that their heart also feel like it's racing a little bit because of the dye. With me, it gets even worse. So that's my only concern. Although they told me that the test doesn't take too long. It takes probably a couple minutes because it's just, they're checking your throat. And I'm just like, okay, maybe I consider that. Like, I think I'm gonna go through with it, even though I will go through it when it comes to my heart rate going crazy. I already know that that's coming. But I did tell the ENT that I'm gonna check with my surgeon. I made an appointment with my surgeon. And to be honest, at this point, because of all my GERD issues and my gastro issues, I'm just going to see, what other options there is. I'm going to bring everything to the table to my doctor and see what my surgeon and see what he thinks. Should we proceed with another surgery? So we do like a redo of the links, do more testings, and maybe plan for surgery this year. We don't know yet, but it looks like it's probably going to be closer than I thought. I thought I could manage my symptoms for at least a couple of years until technology got better. but I think I might have to do something with my surgery. Regardless, though, I will update you guys. But this feeling in my throat, and you know, sometimes when I drink water, for example, it makes it feel a little bit better. Regardless, though, when I do, for example, exercises of my diaphragm to try to release it, two things happen. First of all, when I do release it, I feel like the pressure of that lump in my throat um, decreases a little bit. So I'm like, that's kind of weird because, you know, it has something to do with that, right? And on top of that, when I do try to um, release my diaphragm and I hold my breath, for example, like that, if I hold it for too long or an excessive amount of time, I feel like this lump in my throat feeling gets worse. And I'm like, what? I've read online, I did my research that swimmers sometimes get that feeling because of the amount of time they have to hold their breath and, you know, when swimming or things of that nature. I was like, that's kind of weird, but you know, it kind of, I feel like I kind of related to that because I feel like when I was holding my breath and pushing out and trying to release my diaphragm, then it will cause this feeling of like pressure. I think is the right word in my throat, right? And the pressure now feels like it's under my Adam's apple, but that day around Christmas time, it felt like it was right in my Adam's apple, like right here. And I was confused. I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna go away in a little bit or whatnot. But I started getting concerned because what if, like, you know, I was allergic to something? What if, you know, it started getting inflamed and I won't be able to breathe at night or something? You know, my health anxiety went ballistic. It went crazy, man. So I went to get checked the day before I was supposed to leave on a trip. I went to get checked with the doctor, and he told me that it's nothing to worry to concern about. He said there was, you know, some inflammation, some redness in the back of my throat, and obviously he's only able to see 1/3 of my throat, right? So this the top part, and then not this one, and not down here. So he said the top part was red, and he told me not to really worried about going on a trip. You should be okay, except that feeling, you know, it's an awful feeling. I decided not to go just because if I'm feeling bad here in the States, imagine going out of the country, you know, to a third world country where I'm going, which is back home. I'm like, I don't want to deal with having to, you know, to worry about this, even though I shouldn't be concerned, but also that discomfort in another country. So I decided to stay, and I obviously started making appointments with the doctors and whatnot. So um, I still have the feeling to even 2 weeks later. I've tried, you know, changing my diet. I'm actually fasting right now. I'm on something called the Daniel fast, where I'm only eating fruits and vegetables and water, for different purposes, not just for my health issues. But I, you know, at the beginning of the year, I typically do that, you know, to try to get closer to the Lord, and also, you know, just to fast and make a sacrifice at the beginning of the year. So my church does it. You know, I do. I'm doing it right now. In the moment I'm making this video. And regardless, you know, even a week out, it still hasn't changed too much. So it's not really my diet that's affecting me. And that's the reason I figured I will start making appointments with doctors and even my surgeon, because I'm like, maybe it's something that's getting, you know, progressively worse, and it's a concern. So this is where I'm at this point when it comes to that feeling, that globus feeling, that you know, lump in your throat feeling. Um, Again, I'm not having other symptoms. The only feeling that I have, symptoms that I have, is just that feeling of the lump in my throat, and it feels like something sometimes is like stuck or sometimes just hangs in there. Whenever I swallow, it gets a little better. The doctor tried to give me an explanation on how, you know, all that works, but regardless, it's still such a bad feeling. I'm wondering if you guys have anything that has helped you guys, or maybe have any ideas as to what it could be. Of course, I understand that I suffer from GERD and, you know, acid reflux, regurgitation, all that good stuff. And I, you know, I wouldn't even say good stuff, but all that stuff, and all the surgeries that I had. I think it's just that, man. It's just my issues worsening again. You know, even after having two surgeries, even after, you know, I'm going into the 4 years, actually fifth year of having my links, you know, implanted. So who knows if it's getting worse? Who knows what's happening? That's the reason I'm going to get checked. I'm going to talk to my surgeon and see what he says. I'm going to bring everything to the table, telling him what's been going on and my concerns, and see where we can go from there. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated on anything. It's a quick little video to give you an update on this feeling. And again, if you have any questions, concerns with my experience, just comment below if I didn't answer anything. But even if you have something that could help anybody, myself or anybody in the comment section, that would be great. Because I'm like, man, I've had this feeling before, but it usually goes away. It usually goes away. Like it's like, it lasts for a couple hours and it goes away the next day or something. But this time around, it's been hanging around and I'm trying to figure out why. And I have to get back on my grind to doing my research and trying to see what's out there, to help me out. So I think, I'm most positive that it has to do something with my GERD for sure. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll keep you guys in check. So thank you guys for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget that I also have a podcast. If you want to listen to it, I host my friends all the time and we talk about everything and anything. But of course, I'm gonna continue making videos for as far as my health issues, so we can, I can keep posting you guys, and this is what the basis of my channel has always been, my health issues and whatnot. So if you have any questions, don't forget to comment section. And appreciate the love, guys. See you guys on the next one. Take care. And let's keep fighting, man. Let's keep fighting. That's all we got sometimes. Let's keep fighting. God bless you guys. Much love. Deuces. Oh, and Happy New Year. Yeah, buddy.